Ears already answered this, but I want to ask, especially the black men, why does it seem like
I'm gonna go last.
Okay, why does it seem like it's so easy, especially for us black men, to stand up for what's righteous? Because what got old boy kicked off the panel, he said it was okay for somebody to read to his kid about sex. These are middle school and preschool age children that they're putting books in these schools that's talking about sex. So why is it so hard for us men to stand up and say this is wrong? And despite what society say, we stand on that.
Fear.
Because we don't have the heart to stand up against what's wrong. Not collectively.
I feel like personally,
as individuals we do it, but not as the collective. We don't stand together. We stand as individuals. We're not the same as other cultures, you know.
And not only that, I think the biggest thing too, I think is I think we got dependency on these systems and shit that got our kids in these schools where they allow them to do that shit. So because we dependent on these systems, as far as like we need the school for the school to half-ass babysit while we go out to work or while we go and take care of whatever we take care of and whatnot. We put our kids in these public schools and we put our kids in these spaces, and we half-ass dependent on these people, and they know that. So because of that reason, they damn near usher in whatever they want to usher in, and if there ain't a strong group of leaders or a strong group of people that's gonna stand up against it, they're gonna keep doing what they want to do because ain't nobody gonna step up to challenge these people because they need them. And that's what I think. To be honest with you, I think it all falls down on dependency, and we allow certain shit because you know we need their systems, and we want to keep the benefits of being able to use their systems and whatnot instead of standing up and going against them like we know we should be doing.
For sure, I'm with that.
I see fear. One thing that fear does.
I feel like it's the thing. Feel like we sell each other up the river for the highest bidder.
Dude, breaking up.
Somebody's phone breaking up. He breaking up bad. You drop him. But go ahead now.
I feel like it's like fear. What that fear does, fear dilutes respect, and fear also takes away from what's honorably, like righteously there. My thing is when you see a man like standing on principle, standing on, you know, what he stand for, point blank period, whatever the nigga stand for. If he stand for it, you know, you got a piece of respect for him because he's standing on it and he's standing tall, standing hard, righteous as a man. But when you got that fear makes so many of your own decisions when it controls you. It's like the fear of saying something wrong to the point that somebody else may defend it to stop you from saying something, point blank period. That shit will stimulate silence when silence ain't even right for the cause, right for the time being. But then when you talk about motherfuckers, like, what's the cut that came up here, the truth teller with the Malcolm X in the background and shit, like I feel like personally that's fraud. You can't come up here talking like that when you got Malcolm. You representing something, like you put Malcolm X's name, will put his photo up here, you representing something. Like it means you stand for something. A man like that, a man like Malcolm X, that man stood hard for something. Like regardless of, you know, whatever happened necessarily in history or whatnot, we saw a point in time when that man stood tall. He stood strong in what it is he believed and stood for. So now it's like you don't have his picture up there and talk like that. You're going utterly against what that man stood for in his life, and that's not right. Now the only way I can see somebody even talking like that with that profile picture there, it can't be no real honorable respect for the man that Malcolm X was. It's just you wanted to kind of put on some type of front to be more accepted around folks that really feel the way he feels. So now you up here and people getting the wrong impression. Hey, this cool dude, he got a Malcolm X profile picture. Nah, he really type fool, claiming all type of extra stuff, and then come up here flexing up one band. What's the point in that? We talking about building up here. And we ain't even talking about building like as a collective unit. We talking about as a man. what you can stand for on your own 10, on 2 feet, 5 toes each, what it is that you're gonna stand for. And you coming up here, you flexing up one band, bro. It's what it is, bro. Rent is more than one band. Guarantee that. So that one band is not necessarily a flex as much as it is, you just trying to get, I don't know, you trying to get your rocks off or something. And niggas really don't give a fuck about that, man. In all actuality, it's good food, good eating. That's all that nigga is right there. But I'm young, bro. So it's like I see things differently. That's why I tune in to KB so I can give me some old head knowledge. Well, not old head. You ain't old for real, dog. You ain't old, but you're older than me. But my nigga, your wisdom is way beyond your age, bro. So I gotta tune in. I'm trying to make sure I keep my. If I want to move in the right direction, I see Bustlife as the right direction.
Yeah, you
Plans.
gotta
People
keep
can take bread from you. You still get your paper, regardless. You still hold your respect. Motherfuckers can't touch you because you hold your respect, and they want to touch you. That's why they come up here and they cry. They come up here, they cry, they emotional. They got all types of hormones raging. How the fuck you in your 50s and your hormones raging like this, man? I can't comprehend it. But in the same sense, it's like I understand it because I mean, if they can't respect it, they're gonna try to check it. But they can't check this, man. It's quicksand, man. They can't beat this, man. That's like whole way through. That's how
dude in the back chat. Hey, this dude in the back chat going crazy, but nobody can see him. He's going wild. Like, but me. Like, I'm Kwame, some intimidating drops out of him because he's just whining and going crazy in the back, but nobody can see him. He going crazy.
Hey Kwame, I just wanted
hormones, bro.
Jump on and say thank you for giving me advice on my property down in New Orleans, bro. I got a surveyor going down there next month, so I just wanted to like come and thank you personally for giving me that advice, bro.
Oh man, salute to that, man. I appreciate
Big
that,
salute,
bro.
Big salute, Lou. Big salute, man. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, hey, Kwame told me to go check something out, so I had to get my money up to go get somebody to go check it out for me. So I just wanted to say thank you, bro. I'm really,
yeah, man.
I really appreciate that.
Kwame got me looking into an LLC and shit, man. I ain't even want no LLC, but Kwame tried to tell me, that may be the way to go. So I'm kind of fucking with it a little bit.
Yeah,
so like I said, bro, I just wanted to say thank you, bro, to you personally. You know what I'm saying? I really respect that you took the time to tell me something like that because I have been sitting on some money possibly. So I just wanted to say thank you, bro.
That's a fact. You've been sitting on some money, man. But I'm glad you're gonna turn it around and turn it into a profit. But let me ask you this.
Oh yeah.
Why is it that let's get back to the question. Why is it that it seemed like most of us black males won't stand up and say what they ultimately say in barbershops, gyms, everywhere else? Why won't they speak up for these children and say reading sex to these kids and things like that is wrong? Every time you turn on the TV, it's a white man saying it's wrong or a different race man. I've yet to see many black men stand in solidarity and say this is wrong.
Well, my thing is that everybody who steps up to be a leader or steps up to give guidance.
They can't call us all leaders, not to cut you off. If we all do it as a collective, they can't call us all leaders.
I mean, well, that's what they're afraid of, because if we start talking to each other and start standing together, we all going to be leaders. And if you take one, it's the same. It's the opposite end, like the drug dealer. When one drug dealer go to jail, 10 take his place. So if it's on the other side, if it's 10 leaders and one go away, 10 to take his place, and that's what they don't want. And they basically, whoever takes the lead or whoever stands in position of power, they always, it's always they get taken out. They frame them, put them in jail. They insult their character or their integrity, and they do whatever they can to take them out of position. So it'll make it look like, okay, well, it's not a good leader, or or if they too powerful, they take them out.
So what do you say about this person who says they're scared of losing their jobs and money? What's that noise? They said they're scared of losing their jobs and money. So do you think that could have something to do with it, that they're afraid to lose their jobs and money? And if so,
livelihood, because they don't generate their own money.
So, and if that's the case, then why are we not as men trying to be in those jobs just like our white counterparts? Where I know some white guys that they got 3 trades. One is a master electrician, master plumber, and I'm here to tell you there ain't nothing that you can tell these men to do that they're gonna not want to do. It ain't gonna happen.
Oh yeah, you can't tell a
Oh
man
no,
who
Rob, we
got
can't
a
hear you, bro.
trade.
Your mic messing up. There's something going on with your mic. You
Yeah,
muted now.
back in the day,
Yeah, I
you
only
know,
got
you knew.
you feel like you never could tell me shit. Shit. What you talking about?
That's what I was saying. Go ahead. I'm glad you back, Ears. I was about to say, Ears, can a mother tell you anything?
Man, nobody, man, these white folks, man, they can't tell me shit. I be talking shit, telling folks what I'm gonna do when I'm coming back and when I'm gonna, like, these folks be like, who this nigga think he is? But they can't do shit. Cause my skills gonna speak along. If they don't want me, somebody else want.
Skills pay the bills.
Yeah, especially if you got something to give or offer.
That's a fact.
You know, a
Rob,
man who
you got
got
your mic
trade
together?
can.
Let me hear from Rob
Oh,
real
my
quick.
bad,
Rob, you
Kwame.
got your mic together?
I was going to say, how many parents actually help their kids with their schoolwork or involved in like school curricular activities and stuff, parent teacher conference, and they got to watch what they do as well, because a lot of schools or a lot of people's daycare, and that's how they go to work. So they usually, most parents work when their kids are at school because they can't afford a lot of daycares.
But and what the people that I advocate for is usually the kids that don't have parents. What do you say to those kids? So
Well, what I say
we
to
always
those kids,
have parents.
what I say to those kids is that, you know, you can't choose your parents, but nobody can live this life for you. So I always try to break it down to like, look, you know, whatever you think about in life, you still got to live life, regardless of whether you have parents or not. My father went to prison, but me worried about him going to prison is not going to help me in life. I got one life to live. Last time I checked, I'm going to be at the pearly gates getting judged by God by myself. So you can't blame somebody else for how their life turned out. The only thing you could do is learn from it.
Right.
So if whatever my father did, I learned from it. Whatever my mother did, I learned from it. You can learn from good or bad lessons.
Oh yeah, you're definitely right about that.
Good or bad things. They keep saying, how do you know this? This and that. Sometimes the people with the most wisdom is the guy that's down and out on the corner that done lost it all. He know everything not to do.
Hey man, crackhead done gave me my best advice in my life. I mean, you only live once.
Yeah.
You know. So yeah, a crackhead can always tell you some good advice.
But he right about Rob is right about that whole parent teacher conference situation, because I was a PTA dad. Like it was crazy because I was like one of the only black dudes in there. And that's what I be talking about. Like when you look around, when it's father and son day or father daughter day, like it was like me and like 2 other black dudes, but everybody else is white
And the rest of their
Asian,
mamas.
everything else.
Yep.
Yeah, and a bunch of women. There was women stepping in being the daddy.
Go to those PTS meetings. I gotta agree to that. You know, like you don't realize not, you know, what your child actually doing. So I agree to that.
Yeah. They used to send text messages to my phone. Like that's how you keep abreast of what's going on. They send you the text right to your phone. So
I was gonna ask that question as well for the kids. I'm in consistent communication with my son's teacher all the time. Like we're always talking. Like I get like papers in his book bag. I always read this stuff. Like I'm just curious how many parents actually do that. I know because I
I'm
work
here
in
to
the
tell you,
school.
not a lot.
A lot of kids' homework don't even get done.
I used to go to every first day of school, and I make sure I gave every teacher my email address and my phone number. I say, don't call this mother, call me. Because
You know the left side of the board is where the mom and dad keeps, and then the right side's for homework. Almost most days, the left side of the papers are still in there. Whenever I check the books in the morning, most of the time it's always in there. So I know the parents ain't looking at their notebooks.
Yeah.
Well, I do it
So-
like I said. I had a teacher email me every school assignment. I mean, every homework day. They'll do it if you tell them to. Like, hell, whatever homework you assign, send me a
No,
picture.
it's so beautiful now that as long as you're a PTA there and you give them your number and all that, the teachers will text you directly. Like I get
communication.
text messages on everything.